Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about which phone out of these three phones should you buy in 2020 right now. So I have the iPhone SE 2020, Samsung Galaxy S10e right here in the middle, and the Google Pixel 3a on the left. So all of these are the budget phones of their respective companies. So Apple, Samsung, and Google right here. So they're when they were first released, the Samsung Galaxy S10e did cost $750, but the iPhone SE and Google Pixel 3a they are $400 USD. But right now the Samsung Galaxy S10e is at $400 USD as well. So they're at similar prices now. So let's talk about some of the chipsets in these. We have the Apple A13 Bionic right here, so Apple's latest and greatest chipset in the iPhone SE. We have the Snapdragon 855 chipset, so that was last year's flagship chip. And then we have Snapdragon 670. So you can tell it's gone in a row in order. The best chip on the right with the iPhone, the second best with the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and the last one is the Google Pixel 3a's chip. And there is one big difference between these chipsets is that these two phones did ship with flagship chips, but the Pixel 3a, when it was released last year, it shipped with a budget chip anyways. So these two are very similar in speed, the iPhone SE 2020 and the Samsung Galaxy S10e, but the Google Pixel 3i on the left, you can't compare it with these. I have done speed tests with these phones, and in normal app opening and stuff, not in the long run, but in normal app opening situations, the Pixel 3a is still very close to the iPhone SE and Samsung Galaxy S10e. So it doesn't lack too much speed, but it still does have the, the least powerful chipset. Plus, on the long run, the Pixel 3a might not be the best phone to choose out of these three. So best chip goes to the iPhone, and then the Samsung Galaxy S10e and Google Pixel 3a. Also, let's talk about some of the cameras on these. The iPhone SE 2020 has one camera, 12 megapixel camera, can shoot 4K 60 FPS, takes great pictures. I tested all of these out with their camera quality. Samsung Galaxy S10e is the only phone here with dual cameras, a wide angle and an ultra wide angle. The ultra wide angle is 16 megapixels and the wide angle is 12 megapixels. Takes very nice photos, very clear photos. And then we have the Pixel 3a, which has the camera of the Pixel 3, which was the best camera of its time, and it has a 12 megapixel camera as well. So the cameras on these, for the win on the cameras would go to the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and that's just because of the fact that it has dual cameras and they both take very great quality pictures. And then just photo wise, I'd go for the Google Pixel 3a. I'd say it takes the best photos, the ones that look the most realistic, and then iPhone SE right here. But then video, that's where the Pixel 3a has some concerns. When I was taking videos with this phone, I didn't like it. It doesn't have the best resolution videos, and I'm pretty sure it only takes 4K 30 FPS, something like that. And these two phones right here take 4K 60 FPS. So these two do have the better video cameras. Also, none of these two phones right here, they don't have ultra wide angle cameras, so I'd go with the S10e in camera. So next up we have battery and battery life. We have a 1,825 milliamp hour battery on the iPhone SE 2020, 3,100 milliamp hour battery on the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and a 3,000 milliamp hour battery on the Google Pixel 3a. So the Samsung Galaxy S10e and the Pixel 3a both ship with a fast charger. The Pixel 3a comes with a 18-watt fast charger, USB-C to C, and the Samsung Galaxy S10e comes with a USB-A to C, and it's a 15-watt charger. The iPhone SE does support fast charging. It does support 18-watt fast charging, but you need to buy separately from Apple Store. It doesn't come in the box. The one that ships in the box is the 5-watt charger that Apple usually ships their phones with. They used to ship their phones with. So that's kind of a disappointment, but at least it still supports it. Battery life wise, something I'd like to talk about the Google Pixel 3a is that this phone does not last a long time. So the iPhone SE does have the smallest battery here by a lot, like around 1,000 milliamp hours, but it's still, I'd say this has better battery life overall compared to the Google Pixel 3a. And as you guys might know, iPhones, they don't usually need the biggest battery of them, and they still hold up very well. And then I'd go with the S10e. S10e and iPhone SE are very close in battery life, but the S10e does win. It does have the bigger battery and lasts longer. So charging wise, this takes a little too long, the iPhone SE with the smallest battery, and it does take the longest out of these two phones. These take around an hour and 30 minutes. This gets up to 2 hours. Next up, build quality. So this one's an important one if you really like the feel of your phone. So the Pixel 3a is made out of plastic. It's a polycarbonate, still has the Pixel design, it has the matte finish, and then it has the clear glass finish right here, but that's a plastic as well. So the body is a plastic. It still feels very nice. I'd say this feels better than the S10e. The matte finish right here does feel better, but it's still plastic, so it will chip off easier, scratch easier. That's one of the problems. So if you have a case, you're fine, but if you don't, the Pixel 3a has the least or the worst build quality out of these three phones. Next up, the iPhone SE 2020, made out of glass aluminum frame, and then it has Gorilla Glass 6. I'm pretty sure on both sides, so it holds up against scratches very well. But the glass just feels a little flimsy, like compared to the S10 Plus I have. It just feels different. I think they might have used a different glass for the S10e. I'm not sure, so they haven't said any. Samsung didn't say anything about it, but it just feels different. And then I'd say the best quality, build quality, or the best feel, at least goes to the iPhone SE 2020. The glass back on this just feels a little different. This phone feels a little more sturdy than these two phones right here. And for build quality, I'd go with the iPhone SE. And it kind of looks pretty nice, from the back at least. As you guys know, the front, I got tons of, fingerprints on there. Let me wipe that off. As you guys know, there are bezels on this. If you can see those bezels. And the rest of these phones don't have the bezels. Well, at least the S10e only has this punch hole camera. And then the Google Pixel 3a has minimal bezels. If I can... Did I turn this phone off? Yeah, I guess I turned it off on accident. So you can see there aren't a lot of bezels compared to the iPhone SE. There aren't too much bezels right there, if you can see that. The bezels on the iPhone SE are bigger, and the iPhone SE does use a home button. Compared to these two right here, they use gesture navigation. Last but not least, the last category would be around the software. So both these phones, the Google Pixel 3a and the Samsung Galaxy S10e, use Android, and then obviously the iPhone uses iOS. The S10e has the One UI 2.1 skin over it, so Samsung's own version of Android, and then Pixel 3a just comes with stock Android. I'd say stock Android is really good. I really enjoyed the time that I spent with the phone. The stock Android was pretty nice, and it was just a different experience because I have been using Samsung phones for a while now. And then iOS is just the cleanest, most simple one out of here. And then I'd go with the Pixel 3a and then the One UI 2.1. So these two are tied right here they're just both Android devices, and then right here iOS. I'd say this is the most simplest to use if you really don't want too much confusion with the software. Go with the iPhone. Also, one more thing I'd like to talk about. The iPhone does not have a headphone jack. If you really want a headphone jack, I go with either one of these right here, the Samsung Galaxy S10e or the Pixel 3a. So these both have a headphone jack, but they are in different positions, as you can see on the iPhone SE. Samsung Galaxy S10e, sorry about that. It's on the bottom. And then on the Pixel 3a, it's on the top for some reason. It feels like a weird positioning, and I don't know, I guess you still get a headphone jack, so it really doesn't matter too much. And then there's the button placement on these phones. So all on the right for the Pixel 3a, and then the Galaxy S10e, power button on the right, volume and Bixby buttons on the left, and then same for the iPhone as well. So now, which one should you buy? So overall, if you want a very long-lasting phone and you don't care too much about bezels and you want something simple, I'd say go with the iPhone. It's going to last you the longest, has the strongest chipset. This phone will last you around 4 years. It will still get updates. That's one of the things iOS does the best here, or Apple does the best here. They constantly get updates. If you really want a phone that's a compact flagship, I'd say go with the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and then Pixel 3a. I don't think you should get the Pixel 3a just because of that chipset right there, and especially since these are all around the same price points. It's either the iPhone SE, Samsung Galaxy S10e. I'd move this out of here, and if you're gonna choose one of these, this one looks the most. This one looks the closest to a flagship phone, and it feels really nice as well, and it does have the better camera in my opinion. But if you really want an iOS phone or an iPhone phone, and you want to go into that Apple ecosystem, I'd go with the iPhone SE because I guess it's an Apple device. So the end result just depends on what you like the most. Do you like iOS or do you like Android? And it also comes down to what you really like about, like, if you like the home button, and if you like iOS, go with the iPhone SE. It has both of those features. Or if you miss the old design of iPhones, and then if you want something that's gonna last you around like 2 more years, not as much as the iPhone SE, go with the Samsung Galaxy S10e. I'd personally go with the Samsung Galaxy S10e even if I liked iOS, just because of the fact that it just feels more like a flagship phone instead of this old design that the iPhone SE has all the way to the 6S, 6S, 7, 8. It's just been carrying this old design. That's why, me personally, I'd go with the iPhone, Samsung Galaxy S10e. I would recommend this to you guys. But if you really want an iPhone, go with the iPhone SE. Pixel 3a, if you want stock Android, that's the only reason you would get the Pixel. But compared to these two phones right here, these two phones are have flagship specs, or at least the S10e is very close to flagship specs. But the Pixel 3a doesn't have the best chip. It will last you around 1 year until it like slows down a lot. So the winner of this for me would be the Samsung Galaxy S10e. If you're gonna buy one of out of these 3 phones, if you're looking for one of these, go for the S10e. And that's about it, guys. So that's my initial review on these phones and which one you should buy as of right now in 2020. The Samsung Galaxy S10e. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to comment down below. Actually, tell me in the comments which phone you would buy out of these 3. And also, don't forget to comment down below about some video ideas that I could do. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.